Kamishna wa Data Immaculate Kassait anahojiwa na kamati ya bunge ya Mawasiliano kuhusu usalama wa taarifa za kibinafsi za wakenya kufuatia sakata ya hivi punde ya Worldcoin. Tusikilize yanayojiri katika kikao hicho.
This is a certificate of registration, and then in this file the next document that I have is
there are two companies for the Worldcoin.
I kindly respond to this on record. You can respond while you're on record.
Gentleman, by the way, should not be hiding.
Chair, he should be seated in his...
Chair, is the certificate of registration part of the confidential letter content that you're saying?
No.
Chair, if you allow us.
And then there is a certificate of registration again now to Tools of Humanity. And then we will get the date on that, 18th April. Now, this is what I wanted us to note, the sequence of events before we respond to the document given. On 2nd of August 2023, there is a joint statement on operations of Worldcoin, and I want to imagine that this joint statement is between the Communications Authority of Kenya and the Office of the Data Protection Commission, and this press statement is now signed by Director General Ezra Chiloba and the Data Commissioner Immaculate Kassait. And then now we come to a press release which is dated, it's not dated, this is on the 28th of July, where now the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner calls for vigilance from the public as it engages with Worldcoin on compliance with Data Protection Act 2019. Still on the sequence of events, now we come to 30th of May. This is from the Office of Data Protection, and this is now what I would want to read as the communication which is being termed as the cessation communication. Processing of sensitive personal data by Tools for Humanity. And so the Office of Data Protection Commissioner, now following a review of your client's data processing schedule, your client's correspondence and interaction to your client's teams in various shopping malls and so on. So I think this is now the 30th May letter, which is being now referred as cessation. Then there is 2nd of August, where now it's a follow-up to the cessation letter. Again, the Office of Data Protection Commissioner reacts to the lack of cessation by referring to their earlier letter. And so finally then we have the matter now goes to court for the preservation orders. So, honorable members, what I wanted us to note is that we are only receiving this now. We have not processed this information. And so, members, in the interest of time, I would want to ask the commissioner to respond to your reactions, after which I shall now give directions on how we shall proceed going forward.
I want to make one statement. Bearing in mind the information you have just given to us, which we did not have, which I did not have, I had only part information, gave me the impression that you had lied to us. I withdraw and ask for apology, because now it appears that you did do your job, but somebody else pressurized you to keep quiet. So I'm just officially saying, I have called you a liar, but now based upon the information that you have now shared with us, I retract and apologize.
As a rejoinder, as you're making your reactions, Madam Commissioner, it would be important for this committee to know, and it has been asked severally. When you noted the concerns, We are seeing the actions of press conference, the joint conference, and the letter of cessation. We would like to know what other actions you took as the Office of Data Protection Commissioner, fully well understanding that you're not an enforcer. Neither are you a policing body, because this committee would know that well, because this is the committee that formed this office. We would like to be satisfied that you did that you did all that is in your power to make the necessary reactions. Would you, in your response, tell us if you sought any help to enforce your cessation order from any other government entity, so that whatever orders that you are giving to these Worldcoin people would be enforced? So at the policing level, at the enforcement level, what action did you take? So respond to these questions, and then I shall give directions on the way forward.
Before that,
Honorable Vice Chair.
I'm now a happy man because you have finally disclosed the actual status of this, the whole saga to me. But I want to...
Tunarejea kwenye kamati ya bunge ya mawasiliano, tukisikiliza kamati hiyo ikimsaili Kamishna wa Data Immaculate Kassait.
On the authorization of the processing of the companies, and I said I want to just restate, Chair, we are not responsible for authorizing companies to operate in Kenya. We are responsible for registration of the data controller and the data processor. So I think there needs to be that distinction. We register data controllers and data processors. We do not authorize them to do their core mandate. Chair, on the operation of KICC, we were not aware of the engagement with the IKC. We have held the letter that on the cessation, on the matter of issuance of the communication on the media. I'm lost on this one. We are not aware in terms the point of entry of Worldcoin into Kenya. Entry that we don't know, Chair. It would probably be good to shed light from other government agencies. They can give clarification on the issue of issuing communication. Communication. The office communicated to Worldcoin through its legal representative, which is allowed by law, to identify themselves as acting on behalf of the Tools for Humanity. And in law, it's allowed for you to come and say, I'm acting on behalf of these people. But, Chair, I think you've guided. There's an opportunity for them to come and explain here. Chair, on the legal basis, the Chair, on registration, I think I've talked about registration. I've talked about the matter of cessation of sensitive data. Chair, you've asked me whether there was a concern of whether we got in touch with the law enforcement agency. We did not know that Worldcoin were continuing their registration until they went public. Because when you issue a cessation order is when you only knew about it when it became to the public. And from what we did after realizing is when we did that press statement to caution the members of the public. For us, when we ceased, we didn't know there were any other operations that were going on in as far as Worldcoin is concerned. And when it went public is when it came to our attention, and what we did as an office was to issue that notification to the public. You've asked us whether there is any additional information. Chair, I'll go and check whether that file is comprehensive. If there's any additional information, we are willing to support this committee to the conclusion, to provide as much information as possible. It's not in our interest that this matter does not come to rest. For the last couple of weeks, that is the only thing we have talked about. And maybe just to emphasize, it is a complex issue that goes beyond data protection, Chair. We are keen on putting this matter to the end. As an office, we have identified gaps in terms of legislative framework and what needs to be done. I don't know if I've answered all the questions comprehensively. I want to commit, we will put all the answers in writing and submit them to the committee. I may not remember everything because I have to listen and also.
Thank you very much, honorable members, and I think we need now to take a direction on this. Now, we would first want to thank the Office of Data Commission for appearing before this committee, and I will start by noting that
hiyo ni kamati ya bunge